Best available, or should the focus be on the front court for your Chicago Bulls? What should the draft strategy be for the Chicago Bulls after finding out that we're going to be picking at number 12 in this year's 2025 NBA draft? Y'all know me and CDubb going to talk about it and break it down, but you gotta hear the music first.
Cognac gang.
Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I am with my dog, CDubb. What up?
What up, dog? Let's get it.
Hey, if y'all tuned in with us today, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. It's no longer harping on the draft lottery. It's time to talk about the draft prospects. But before we get into the prospects, we got to talk about the strategy heading into this NBA's 2025 draft that's happening June 25th, for those that are wondering. CDubb, we know the Chicago Bulls, they got some things to figure out. They got to figure out what the bench is going to look like. They got to continue to work on this starting five for the Chicago Bulls. But in your particular mind, what should the strategy be? Go best available, or should the focus be on the front court? What you think?
I think the best strategy for the Chicago Bulls is obvious, and it's right in front of your face. We need a new center to carry us to the next generation of the Chicago Bulls. Vooch is not going to suffice. So we're going to be looking into the front court in this draft. Well, he better be looking in the front court for this draft. We got guys like Derek Queen, who will fit well with the Chicago Bulls. We got a guy like Mari Williams, who could fit well with the Chicago Bulls. These are two different players, entirely two different players, but they would fit better, I think, than Nick Vooch with the Chicago Bulls. Maybe those guys aren't there. We got some guys down that may drop down into our lap. Look at a guy from France in Reynard. He could come in. He could be an offensive gem for us. He's not that. I think he's better defensively than Vooch. I think we could teach him to be a better defender than Vooch. He's not really that good, but offense, he's amazing. So I think that we should go ahead and get us the front. Let's just say get us a defensive. I don't even want to say that because Reynard, I don't call him a defensive anchor. Let's change the center position for the Chicago Bulls into the next generation.
I agree with that, but I think when you're looking at the Chicago Bulls and the way that they're trying to move, you absolutely can consider going best available depending how the board shapes out, but you absolutely have to figure out your front court. Number one, Patrick Williams ain't it. He ain't coming back in and getting no minutes at the 4 spot as a starter for the Chicago Bulls. And then we already know. I don't care if you look at Nikola Vucevic in his face and say, hey, we trading you for a pack of 9-laters, a Chico stick, and a 25-cent juice. He got to go. That's it. Nikola Vucevic has to go and leave the Chicago Bulls team. Now, I understand that, hey, many people might not be happy, but that's okay. But if you asking me the way that we looking at the Chicago Bulls team, you have a Josh Giddey. You have a Kobe White. Your backcourt is good. You have a Montes Buzelis who played mostly the 4, but you can slide to the 3. So your front court, that's the open area that you need to go ahead and fill in and make sure there's a good player filling in that position. You have to have a strong focus on this front court simply because, CDubb, right now we looking at the NBA playoffs. You looking at the New York Knicks who giving it to the Boston Celtics. They got Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns. You looking at the Boston Celtics, hey, prayers to Jason Tatum, but you looking at the Boston Celtics, they got Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis. You looking at the Minnesota Timberwolves, they got Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert. You looking at the Denver Nuggets, come on, man, Jokic, come on. It ain't much you need after that. You know what I'm saying? Golden State Warriors, they are one of those teams that's still running their system with the younger bigs or the smaller bigs and going smaller, much much more so than other teams around the league. But you look at all the wing defenders that the Indiana Pacers have in Benedict Mathurin, you looking at Miles Turner, you looking at all these different bigs that they can bring in, or these versatile defenders that you need that you can bring in to help your team, because in the playoffs, the referees swallow the whistle. You need some physicality and some type of paint presence. And we seen that these teams right now, hell, even the Cleveland Cavaliers, even though they getting their teeth kicked in right now, you looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers and you say Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, the Chicago Bulls need some bigs in that front court, bro. So I understand the best player available still could be an option. I ain't gonna count that out. I'll keep it a buck with you. But Nikola Vucevic, Zach Collins, and Jalen Smith, you don't need to run into this next season with those three. You can run in with one of them, and it bet not be Nikola Vucevic, but you got to add on to a big physical presence in that front court, no matter how you go ahead and dice it up in this draft.
And I think it's obvious. I think that the Chicago Bulls, they love basketball. They can see what's happening on the court, bro. They're getting paid to do so. Obviously, his time is more out in Chicago, and I think Nikola Vucevic, he said as much at the end of the season, like in no certain terms, he said, "I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here." He didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. All these fucking kids, I'm grown. What the fuck am I doing over here? So I think this is good for him, and it's good for us. Um, I do think when you talk about it might be okay for best available, I'm going to disagree and say forget that. If the best available is a big, then we can go best available. I don't want them concentrating on nothing else but to replace Nick Vooch with that first pick. Now, when you want to go best available in the second round with that 40, I think it's the 42nd or something
Yeah,
pick
it's
they
like
got.
42, 43 or something like
Yeah,
that.
then you go best available. You know what I'm saying? He going to the G League anyway. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if we can. I want to know what y'all think in the comments. I think all of y'all aligned with me that we need to change the landscape of the center position. It's enough is enough. I've been screaming this for 3 years. Now, if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna leave it the fuck alone because it ain't no fucking helping it. Let Nick Vooch stay here forever. Let him retire a Bull if you don't get rid of him this year. I'm sick of it.
You sick of it, big dog? It's okay.
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie to you, because we all sick of it. Look, I'm 100% with you, bro. I think that a guy like Nikola Vucevic is a guy that you go out there and you just absolutely look at like, bro, you not a bad player.
You're not bad.
You're not a bad player. You're just a bad player for us because we don't
For
want
us.
you. You're just a bad player because we don't
Hey
want
nephew, it ain't us. Wait,
you.
it
It's
ain't
you.
you, it's us. It ain't you, it's us, bro.
We trying to change. It ain't you, it's me.
Hey
It
nephew,
ain't
break
you,
up
it's
with
me.
Vooch. Break up with Vooch, bro. Sit him
Hey,
at the
big
table.
dog. Oh, you want me to break up with Nikola Vucevic? Look,
Yeah.
gang, it ain't working. It ain't working. It ain't working no more. You know what I'm saying? You a little older. You know what I'm saying? Me and you tried to make this work. You didn't cheated. You ran through now. You cheated. You ran through now. I don't really
Bro.
want you no more. Get your
Oh
ragged
God.
ass on. I believe you deserve better.
And this is how I do it. I send him a text. It's over, bitch.
Hey, I'm just saying that's how you break up with Nikola Vucevic. Look, gang, I understand. Like, we tried to make it work. You cheated on me. You ran through now. We gotta let you go. I ain't gonna
We
lie
gotta
to you.
let you
Nikola
go, bro.
Vucevic, CDubb, Nikola Vucevic, we tried to make it work. You're old in the tooth now. We tried to make it work. You ran through now. Nikola Vucevic, I don't want you no more, big dog. I'm 40. I found me a
nephew, but, that's Nick Vooch, but.
I ain't no but. Nikola Vucevic, I found me a young whippersnapper. Shout out to Bill Belichick.
Oh, bro, I
I'm
love
just
it.
saying, bro. It's okay. It's okay to look at the Chicago Bulls and say, look, bro, we We went out there, the Chicago Bulls, we went out there and traded for you to pair with Zach LaVine. Then in that
Mhm.
offseason, we wanted Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic. We went out there and got DeMar DeRozan. We went out there and got Alex Caruso. We went out there and got Lonzo Ball. It ain't work. It's time to move on, big dog. It's time to move on. Maybe a young fella could come in and they can fill the board and we can get married to him. Maybe for the second time in the last few years. I'm just saying,
Now
time to
let's
move
go.
on.
Let's go through them generations. First, you had the generation with Joakim, Derrick Rose. I'm not going all the way back in history, but
Understood.
Derrick Rose, Joakim, and Boozer. Yeah, that's a good generation. They went in Eastern Conference Finals, didn't work because Derrick Rose didn't work. Then you
Right.
got Jimmy Butler, you got D Wade, you got Rondo. Probably 1 year that they did it,
I think it
didn't
was
work.
one
You move
year,
on.
and then Rondo got his hand broken, and then let short man Isaiah Thomas go crazy.
Yep.
Continue.
And then we get to Zach, Lonzo, Nick Vooch, and DeMar DeRozan. That iteration didn't work. It didn't even get off the ground after the first year. But we've been dragging along with this same generation for like 5 years. What? How long has it been?
Shit,
About
I
three,
was gonna.
four years.
I would say you skipped the generation. You skipped the Zach Levine, Larry Market, and Kobe White,
I
Wendell
did that on
Carter.
purpose. I did that
I
on
know.
purpose.
I know. I'm just saying. You missed one. You missed
But
one.
I don't think we can turn the page until we get rid of Nick Vooch, bro. We can't turn the page to the next iteration of this team till we done with the last team. I'm not counting Lonzo because he just got signed again for two. I know y'all. I see y'all looking. Even you, nephew.
I'm
I'm
with you
not
though.
bringing up Lonzo Ball because he's been signed for at least 2 years. Okay, but Vooch, get him the fuck out of here. Get him out.
I ain't mad at it. Now, CDubb, I heard some things, and I've been
Yeah.
seeing some things too. So we gotta expound on the discussion,
What's up?
if you will. How would you feel if the Chicago Bulls went and got, let's say, a forward or a guard with their early pick and then looked at center in the second round? How would that make you feel?
I would be pissed off because that would not suffice. You obviously the first pick, the more important pick, the pick that will have the better player, you would want to put that in the position of need. The position of need is the center position. If you use anything with that valuable pick other than the center position and getting rid of Nick Vooch, I'm gonna be pissed off because that's not what we need. We need a new center to chauffeur this team into the next generation. That's it.
I'm with you because even if it's for like a guy out of Illinois who's a local guy, at least for the time being for his collegiate career, you're looking at Kasparis Yakachonis. Y'all don't understand how long it took me to learn his name because I'm like Jakachonis. Yaka is Yaka Yakachonis, but
Yeah.
it's the point like at some point you got to be able to go out here and just stop saying, bro, we got to go out the guards. I understand the need to look at wings, but if this playoffs ain't showed you nothing, Chicago Bulls, it has shown you that you need bigs to be physical.
They
The
coming back.
referees are not calling fouls like that.
Nope.
They're not calling fouls like that in this playoffs right now. And if we keep it in a buck, they don't do that in the playoffs. So you need some type of physicality, and that requires some type of big. Now, there, like, don't get me wrong, there are some bigs in this league that are soft. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you,
Beware.
but you need the bodies out there. If you're the Chicago Bulls, you need the bodies available to be able to have a physical presence, and I'm saying if you have a big that is available to you that can come in and shot block, that can come in and get rebounds to buy you extra possessions and take away possessions from the opposing team and be able to give you a little few bunnies inside the paint, that's a win for your organization, especially if that big can be able to run like a damn gazelle up and down the floor. Find the guy if you're the Chicago Bulls.
And I do believe, beautifully said, nephew. And I do believe that we can find that guy. There's multiple bigs that can fit that description, fit our description as us being the Chicago Bulls. There's multiple. I think a couple very special ones can drop down to us. Now, it's do we trust AK to do the right thing? Let's look at his history. We can look at we could go back to Dalen Terry. Nephew said it a billion times that nobody knew who Dalen Terry was. We was all looking at Walker Kessler like that's got to be the guy right there. Then he got Dalen Terry. Okay, now I think that he gotta know that we need a new center. That's all I've been barking it the whole episode. I'm trying to punch it in y'all head. We gotta change the landscape, bro.
CDubb, I didn't call the hiccups because you see,
Damn,
because I'm trying to. Hey, look, I like Dalen Terry as the person, but you mean to tell me I could have got a Walker Kessler? You could have been got rid of Vooch a long time ago if you the Chicago Bulls. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If we revisiting some of the decisions that the front office of the Chicago Bulls made, if we keeping it a buck about the Chicago Bulls, if you would have selected Walker Kessler while he was right there, instead of Dalen Terry, Nikola Vucevic could have been out the door and potentially been gone for a first-round pick a while ago. Just saying. So, yeah, I'm with you 100%, CDubb. I know what we want. But if this man AK come and say, yeah, we gonna get another wing off the bench, aka Patrick Williams, aka Peppermint Patty, yeah, we gonna lose our top. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna lose it, bro. I'm gonna lose it. I just can't take it no more, bro.
We gonna lose our top. I ain't gonna lie to you,
bro. I can't do it no more, bro. I just can't. Don't be mad at me if y'all some Nikola Vucevic fans. Y'all know more better than me. Y'all should want better for Nick Vooch. He getting older.
He should go to another team.
He should go for a competing team. We not in the condition. We're not in the condition to compete for a championship. I ain't thinking about no championship, bro. I'm thinking about playoffs.
All jokes aside, Nikola Vucevic could have been a big addition to the Golden State Warriors this season.
Oh, bro. Yes. They don't have a center.
Hey, when Steph went down, Nikola Vucevic could have gave them 20 and 10. Jimmy Butler could have, I don't know if they could have did both trades, but Jimmy Butler could go out there and give his 30 points and end up meaning a little bit more.
Yep.
Just saying. And he got the passing ability to help. I ain't saying he a great passer, but he got the passing ability to help the team.
You selling that man. Keep selling him.
Hell yeah. What you talking about? This is Shy Bulls Podcast Auto Sales. Sell
that motherfucker, man.
Hell you talking about? Yeah,
hey man.
We're gonna talk to a couple banks.
This the special. Get you a good percentage. Nephew, this the special. If you buy them right now, we'll throw in a Javon Carter, bro. You good, bro?
That's your mud flaps and your hand guard protection. Fuck you talking about. That's your mud flaps and your hand guard protection.
All pre-orders will receive a Patrick Williams sticker.
Hey, you talking about? Oh, your kid go to Oak Brook? We got a sticker for you to put on the back bumper, already pre-made. We could put his name on there too.
Oh, bro.
What his name? Carter? We got you.
We got you, bro. Oh, the real. I can't wait. But it's finna start getting crazy. We got to start getting into these draftees. Who we gonna draft?
Yeah.
So y'all make sure y'all stay in tune, bro. It's time. It's almost go time.
Absolutely. One last question before we get up out of here and wrap it up.
Yeah.
How do they find a replacement for Patrick Williams, or do you think that's even on their list of things to do right now?
We already have a replacement for Patrick Williams. His name is Montes Buzelis.
Okay, so what about off the bench?
Patrick Williams could play off the bench for right now. He ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you right now, unless we trade him. He come off the bench. Get accustomed. That's what he been his whole basketball career. Even in Florida State came off the bench. So let him come off the bench.
Let him come off the bench. Come off the bench.
We should have known. Our dumb ass been trying to start this motherfucker for 3 years.
It's over with.
It's over. It don't work.
Hey, when we went to, we did an initiative at the church one time. That motherfucker on the front of that bitch said, "No more,
no more."
I gotta call my homie, ask if he still got that shirt because Will can't start for us No
Nope.
more.
Oh, bro, I love it.
No
No
more.
more, bro. You done. You done.
But hey, that's the end of the episode, man. Y'all let us know how y'all feeling about that. Should the Chicago Bulls look to go best available, or should they have an emphasis on the front court? Let us know what the strategy should be for the Chicago Bulls as they get closer into this NBA draft. CDubb, you got anything left, bro?
No, thank you. I'm be looking at the comments. Y'all better agree with me, bro. You better.
You ain't say nothing crazy today, so you good.
We gotta get Vooch out of here, bro. Let's sign a petition around this bitch.
Hey, but we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode, man. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, man. If you want to chime in, let us know how you feeling about the Chicago Bulls. The number is in the center of your screen, or if you're on the podcast side, the number to do so is 773-242-9219. Call in, state your name, leave your take. But that is it from us, y'all. Make sure y'all always see red, and y'all already know. We're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Peace out, y'all.
Cognac. Gang.